Good afternoon. How are you? Fine, I hope. We're going to carry on with lesson 3, module 1, family life, and the title is Generation Gap. As we used to do, we usually start with quotes, and the first one says, in every dispute between parent and child, both cannot be right, but they may be, and usually are, both wrong. I usually say that whenever there is a problem, whenever there is a conflict, an argument, both partners are responsible for this conflict. And the second one says, every generation revolts against its fathers and makes friends with its grandfathers, which I hope it's your case. And number 3 says, any problem, big or small, within a family always seems to start with bad communication. Someone isn't listening. I usually say that the best way to solve a problem is to sit down and talk rather than quarrel. And the last one, after every storm, the sun will smile, and the storm means rain with a strong wind. For every problem, there is usually a solution. Generation gap is a difference of opinions between younger generation, which are the children, and their parents regarding beliefs, thoughts, politics, or values. The result will be disagreement, fights, arguments, or complaints. To complain is the verb, which means to say that something is wrong or not good enough, and the noun is a complaint. And parents always complain about their children's or they disapprove of their children's appearance, hairstyle, clothes, nails, tattoo, makeup, etc. They complain about their children's behavior with them, with their relatives, with their teachers. They complain about their children's manners, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they eat also. They complain also about their children's performance at school, their results, their participation in school activities, etc. All the parents want that their children are the best, and they usually want them to be better than their peers. And finally, they also disapprove of their friends at school or in their neighborhood. Now think about your parents. Do they allow you enough freedom? Do they make sure you get a good education? Do they help you when you have a problem? Do they give you enough pocket money? Produce sentences following this pattern. My parents let me, for example, go out with friends, but they don't let me stay up late. Now read the text on your student's book, page 16, and answer the questions on page 17. The text type is a letter, and the writer is Jane, and she wrote this letter to Magnet Magazine. She's asking for help and advice. To sum up the text, Jane's parents let their daughter go out with friends, but they don't let her stay up late. Moreover, her dad picks her up at an early hour. For example, she said that the party finishes at 11:30 and her dad comes to pick her up at 10. Jane felt embarrassed to be confused and ashamed. She didn't speak to her parents for 3 days. This is the solution she found at the beginning. She wanted them to realize that she was a big adult enough to take care of herself. But then she started breaking their rules, and the opposite is respecting their rules. How did she do that? She comes home late, and she knows that her parents refuse this. She refuses to tell them where she was, And finally, she sneaks out. To sneak out means to go out without permission. And finally, after a huge, very big argument one night, when she came home at 2 a.m., she left home. I said before that whenever there is a problem, both partners may be right, but they are absolutely wrong. Both of them are responsible for this conflict. Here I'm speaking about Jane and her parents. Personally, I don't accept, I don't tolerate Jane's behavior because she's stubborn. Another synonym is pig-headed or obstinate. She thinks that she is always right and she didn't accept others' ideas and thoughts. She's disobedient. She disobeys her parents. She breaks their rules. To disobey is the verb, disobedient is the adjective, and to obey is the verb, which is the opposite, and obedient is the adjective. She's also rude because she refused to talk with her parents. She refused to tell them where she was, and she sneaks out. She's impolite. Rude and impolite are synonyms. However, the parents also have their part of this problem. They are also responsible for this problem because they are conservative. A conservative person, for example, a conservative father doesn't let his daughter put makeup, wear short clothes, go out with friends, etc. They are also authoritarian. They wanted to decide what their children should wear. They want to decide their friends, to choose, sorry, their friends. They are also overprotective. To be protective is okay, but to be overprotective is not okay because you should give your child enough freedom to be responsible for himself. And they are not understanding. They didn't understand there that their daughter is an adolescent. She's a teenager. She wants to be like her peers. She wants to go out. Don't forget that they have different habits, and uh, a girl or a boy also, they can, both of them can go out, can go to parties, can have friends from both sex. That is, they can have boyfriends and girlfriends, which they didn't understand. They still treat their daughter as if she's still a child and she needs their protection, she needs their advice. It's okay, but not too much. These are my pieces of advice to Jaina and the parents too. This is what Jaina should and shouldn't do to avoid this conflict, to get on well with her parents. I think that Jaina should be more respectful and obedient. She must respect her parents. We don't choose our parents. They are God's gift. They are made. They are born, not made. We don't choose parents as we choose our friends. If you don't get on well with a friend, you can stop dating with him or her, but with your parents is different. They are there. You must accept them as they are. She must or should respect her parents' worries and family rules if they wanted to protect her because they want to avoid the dangers she may face outside. And she should talk with her parents and discuss her problems quietly. She must speak quietly. She must tell them what she wants without using bad language, without shouting, without quarreling. And she should be more understanding. We don't understand the love of parents till we become parents ourselves. I usually say this proverb because parents are protective, they are loving, they are caring. If they refuse to give you mm, pocket money, if they refuse to let you go out whenever you want, if they refuse to let you stay up late, not because they want to put you in a prison, just they wanted to protect you. And she should try to improve her behavior. It's not good not to talk with her parents. It's not good not to tell them where she was. It's very bad to come up home at 2 a.m. and argue with one's parents. She shouldn't be pig-headed, and I explained before this word. She shouldn't break her parents' rules and disobey them, and she mustn't sneak out of the house. For the parents, they should be open-minded. They shouldn't be that conservative, and they should be more understanding and less protective. They should give or allow their daughter more freedom, and they must trust her. That is to have more confidence on her. They should teach their child how to protect herself and advise her rather than show her what to do. And this is what I said in lesson 1, that parents should be a good example for their children, and they should respect her private life. Everyone has got his private life, has got a diary, etc. And parents should respect this. Even if their daughter or their child has a phone call, they must respect his or her privacy. The parents shouldn't be overprotective, conservative, and narrow-minded. They shouldn't embarrass their daughter. This is what they did when the father came to pick her up in front of her friends. Embarrass is the verb, and the adjective is embarrassed. Here are some other adjectives you can come across in lesson 3, and the adjectives are aggressive, grumpy, authoritarian, naughty, conservative, stubborn, narrow-minded, violent, and tight-fisted. Here, narrow-minded and tight-fisted are two compound adjectives, and I'm going to explain afterwards and give you the rules. Now, let's try to match each word with its meaning. Number 1, someone who is determined to do what he wants and refuses to do anything else. Now you can remember Jane, who sticks to her decisions. And let's say that she is stubborn. So number 1 is stubborn. Number 2, someone who doesn't like a change, fashion and modern styles. This person is conservative, like her parents. So number 2 is conservative. Number 3, bad-tempered and easily annoyed. That means a person who gets angry easily, and this is the meaning of grumpy. Grumpy means a person who is bad-tempered and easily annoyed. Number 4, unwilling to accept or understand the new or different ideas and opinion, and this person is narrow-minded. So number 4 is narrow-minded. Number 5, someone who does something that is not right or good but is not very serious, or a child who behaves badly, and for this we usually use the adjective naughty, and naughty is most of the time used with children who have a bad behavior. Behavior is the noun and the adjective is, the verb, is to behave. Number 6, strictly forcing people to obey a set of rules or laws. And this is the meaning or the definition of authoritarian. So number 6 is authoritarian. Behaving in an angry, threatening way, as if you wanted to fight or attack someone. And we came across this adjective in lesson number 1, which is the definition of aggressive. So number 7 is aggressive. Number 8, someone who is likely to attack, hurt, or kill other people, and this is the definition of violent. The last one, the definition says someone who is not generous, and this is the definition of tight-fisted. Tight-fisted of or mean, that is a person who refuses to give his money to others. Here we have the compound adjectives. In general, I speak about 9 rules, but here are the most used ones. The first one is number plus singular noun. For example, 5 minutes, 3 hour, 1 way, 20-page book, etc. Number 2 is adjective plus noun. Last minute, decision, or last minute, score, full length, short term, etc. The rule number 3, adjective plus present participle. Good looking, long lasting, easygoing, tight fitting, quick thinking, etc. Number 4, noun plus present participle. Mouth watering, record breaking, time saving, English speaking, etc. Number 5, yes, it's number 5. Noun plus adjective, world famous, smoke free, ice cold, gluten free, family friendly. And number 6, noun plus post participle, wind powered, sun dried, middle aged, water cooled. The last but one is adverb plus past participle, brightly lit, well known, densely populated, highly respected. And the last one is adjective plus past participle, old-fashioned, long forgotten, ready-made, short-lived, heartbreaking.